Look, I get it. Everybody wants to start cooking at home more. And when it comes to a weeknight, you know, you want it to be fast. Your message has been heard, but yet again, we're gonna need to do some field research for this one. Anyway, let's go. So if we're gonna be doing a video on like easy meals, right? I already have too many tools. I need to see something bare bones. What kind of a person would have such a bare bones kitchen that doesn't cook? And the answer is college people. Well, hello.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, don't be shy.
I'm Kevin.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. What is that? La Fonda?
La Fonda, that's our oven.
Keeping cardboard by the, can we get a close up on this? So this is an electrical unit that, you know, do you usually just leave this here? What do you guys usually make on a day-to-day? Because I need to get some ideas rolling.
When we go to the store, we usually go straight to the frozen section. We get chicken sandwiches, chicken tenders, some French toast sticks.
What's a French toast stick?
A French
open this real quick.
Yeah.
So how do you organize this usually?
Oh, we don't.
Okay.
The French toast stick. Really easy. You just pop open the bag, grab two of them.
We're actually gonna end the video right after this. This is perfect. Can we look in here? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Is this allowed? Yeah. Cool. Oh, the light isn't even on. Right, that doesn't help much.
Just in case you were.
That does not help much at all. French toast sticks, guys.
I got the French toast sticks. They are done. Do you want one?
Yeah, I would love to try one. Wow, it has a really nice tear. They're not bad. Okay. Well, you have some fresh food in here. I'm actually shocked. You have fresh grapes.
Oh yeah.
Deep Eddy vodka and Nesquik. That would be course number 1.
Not sure why there's a knife in
That
there.
should not be. And notice how it's facing up.
Yeah.
So,
not my doing.
Don't. Just a quick tip. Measuring cups. That's good. There is ranch in there. This is. So sorry, sriracha. Okay. You can just put those in the cabinet. It's still on the door. A little bit of flour.
Hopefully.
Oh. So basic pots, basic pans, no more, no less. I'm not gonna include the wok because I'm just gonna assume people don't have a wok. I feel like we're good. Yeah. I appreciate you letting me come in and raid the place, and I will make my exit. And maybe just put that in a better spot. Let's go. We're gonna go. Perfect. Thank you so much. Nothing better than going into an innocent person's home, razzing them because of the way that they organize their kitchen. Nothing better than that. Am I right, folks? Based off of what they had, that's basically the parameters that I'm gonna work with to develop these recipes. So with all that said, let's do this, shall we?
Okay, so the first one is gonna be breakfast. This is essentially a leftovers frittata. So you're gonna need 1 dozen eggs, yes, a whole thing, half a cup or 120 milliliters of whole milk, salt and pepper to taste, give it a little whisk, and then in a 10-inch non-stick pan, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons or 24 grams of unsalted butter, bring that up over medium heat until it's melty and boobly, pour in your eggs, and then begin stirring and cooking. Now once they begin to pull from the bottom, you're gonna add 1 cup or 120 grams of grated cheese. I did a couple different ones, manchego, cheddar, you know, you name it. About a cup, and about a cup of cooked vegetables of your choice. Got a mix of spinach and broccoli, you know, you do whatever you want. Mix until evenly distributed, and then place it into an oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes, or until it looks like this. Look at that. This is a thick frittata. Now just let that cool to room temperature, or you can serve hot. It's up to you.
You do serve food like that to people? Do you really think that do you think that I'm doing this in a serious way? The answer's no.
Now here's a little price breakdown for you. This puts the total cost at $12.50, so that means that each serving is like $1.50. It's a good deal. You can serve it room temp, you can serve it hot, you can serve it cold, just whatever floats your boat. There's no wrong way to serve it, really. Serve it with maybe some avocado or some toast. Just go to town. This keeps really well in the fridge too. Toss this into a baggie or whatever storage container, into your fridge, and have ultra easy breakfast. Just make some toast, microwave one of these, and you're good to go.
Okay, so whoa, get out of here. Extremely easy to make. Bag, take it with you to work. You see what I'm saying? This goes everywhere. This can go everywhere. Whoa, well, not off the plate though.
Next up is the meal that I skip 8 times out of 10, lunch. And these are pretty much all the ingredients you're gonna need aside from some basics. In a medium-sized pot, squeeze out a 12-ounce sausage link of chorizo. Yeah, you like that? Yeah. into the pot. Begin cooking that over medium heat until all the pork is cooked and you start to get some browning. Then you're gonna add 3/4 teaspoon or 2 grams of red pepper spicy boys and 4 cloves of sliced garlic. Give that a little stir and continue cooking until fragrant. Then add 1/2 cup or 120 milliliters of filtered water. Cook that down a little bit until it starts to look a little bit homogeneous. Then add a 17.6 ounce or 500 gram carton of crushed tomatoes. Season that with a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Give it a little stir and let that simmer for 10 minutes. Oh, and optionally during that simmering process, you could totally add a sprig of thyme or whatever herb you like. Okay, so once that's simmered, French people are having an aneurysm right now. You're gonna add 3 cups or 75 grams of baby spinach. Just let that sit in there until it wilts, followed by 2 cans of white navy beans. And then you're just gonna let that sit in there until everything's nice and heated through, and that's it. That's the beans, bro. Before the English people lose their mind. This is basically a beans on toast, but not like English beans on toast. It's just literally beans on toast. Just get a good piece of bread that you like. You can use regular toast, a French baguette like this. Just toast it nicely, hit it with a little bit of butter, and then pour this stuff on top. I also added a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano and parsley, but that's totally optional. It's delicious without it. Okay, so here's a rough price breakdown. We got the total cost without bread, $10.55. With bread, it's about $15. Total cost per serving is about $2.50 with bread. It's pretty dang good. For the English people who are watching, I apologize. A little Italian, some sort of, it's good. I could charge $14 for this if I wanted to. West the one in this week. I have a whole hell of a lot left. It doesn't have to go on this, it can go on rice. You make it, you package it up and just put it in the fridge. Now for dinner, we're gonna be doing pasta aglio e olio. Did I do that right? I hope so. Now you can eat it straight up as is, but I also cooked off some chicken breast and roasted some vegetables, which brings me to another point. If you take a boatload of vegetables like this broccoli or these carrots, toss them with a little bit of oil, some salt, pepper, you can also put spices on them, and you place them in an oven and set to about 425 Fahrenheit, just until they get a little charry, a little soft, kind of like this. Then you can just make a bunch at a time, store them in the fridge, and then you've got loads of vegetables to use in other things, but I'm off my soapbox with that. Okay, so before we make our pasta, let's prepare our chicken boobies. I used bone and skin on split chicken breasts. You can do 5, you can do 10. I just did 2 here. Now I did this in a stainless steel pan where I kind of like filled the bottom with herbs and lemon and all that stuff. But you can also just do it plain on a baking sheet if you have a bunch of them. There's no problem with that. Just drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil, rub them down, season them heavily with salt and pepper, and then place them in an oven set to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius for about 25 to 35 minutes, or until the skin is nice and crispy golden brown and the interior registers the appropriate temperature for chicken, which is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. I usually pull them about 5 degrees early. To make the pasta, bring a medium-sized pot filled about 3/4 of the way up with water to a boil, season heavily with salt. Like, I want this bit salty. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna add 1 pound of spaghetti to it. Cook that until al dente. Make sure to reserve about 1/2 cup of the pasta water. And then, well, drain your pasta. Yeah, we know how to do that. Now, a separate pan, you're gonna add 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Bring it up to heat just until it's hot. Don't get it smoky, just until it's super hot. Then turn the heat off and add 4 cloves of finely chopped garlic, along with 1/2 teaspoon or 1 gram of crushed red pepper flakes. Swirl it around, let it get nice and fragrant. Then add your pasta to this pan, toss very well to coat. Adding your pasta water, then toss, make sure to make a humongous mess. I never get the right size pan for this for some reason. Then adjust the salt levels and add 1/4 cup or 10 grams of finely chopped parsley. Toss that together. That is the easiest pasta of all time, and it's so cheap to make. Just serve that onto a plate with your chicken and your roasted vegetables. You get it, you know? And also, you could just have the pasta by itself. It's incredible by itself. Okay, so here's our little price breakdown. With all this put together, we got a total cost of about $16 per serving. For about 3 people, it's about $5.25. Not too shabby. Okay, so it's time for bonus round, which is basically just going to be an instant ramen remake. Since we're on the subject of college students a little bit, start off by cutting some nori into strips, thinly slice some green onions, cut up some protein that you might already have pre-prepped, whatever meat. Doesn't matter. If you're making some sort of a miso instant ramen, then I would really recommend that you cut up some corn. You can leave it raw, you can grill it, you can char it, or honestly, I think it's great raw. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, ew, gross. It's really common, all right? So once you got all that gathered up, let's make some soft-boiled eggs. However many you want, just bring a small pot of water to a boil, gently submerge your eggs, and let them cook for about 7 minutes. Then immediately cool them down in an ice bath until they're warm, you know, about a couple minutes. And then gently peel them, and look at that. You've got a beautiful soft-boiled egg. Now, for the meat, you know, you can heat it however you want. I had some leftover pork chop that I cut up. I crisped it up in a pan. I added a couple tablespoons of mirin, a couple tablespoons of sake, and a couple tablespoons of dark soy sauce, and let that reduce until we got a nice syrup to coat. Now we're ready. You just need to choose a ramen that you want. Now, I've got all these different choices here. I decided to go with this Nissin miso ramen. It looked pretty good. So yeah, just prepare it according to the packaging instructions, get it in your bowl, and top it with all of your beautiful toppings. We got that green onion, we got that soft boiled egg, we got that crispy but glazed meat. You know, it's just like a classic bowl of ramen. And if it's good instant ramen, honestly, it's pretty close. Now, obviously nothing will ever substitute, but yeah.
Gotta say, this ramen really looks like, well, ramen. Let us embark. I haven't had instant ramen in like 6 or 7 years, so. It's really good. It was just a spicy meatball. I mean, the sodium sweats. It's actually got some like sustenance to it. You know, it's not just like noodles and salty broth that isn't really even broth.
But do you want to know what isn't noodles and salty broth? B-roll.
Alright guys, and that is it. So, easier, healthier-ish meals. Obviously there are a million things that we could do, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna extrapolate on this more in further videos, but I think this is a good little starter, a little push off. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna complain about whatever I do. I could put one ingredient and someone would be like, I wanna eat the plate. How do I eat plates? Josh, show me how to eat a plate. Anyway, the point is, thank you for watching to the end. With all that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.